was important because we got to honor our former mayor, Jack Kirksey, and his vision in bringing the rec center into fruition. It was the millage that passed for Parks and Recreation, the building of this facility. Obviously, this is the jewel of Livonia, and really one of the jewels of southeastern Michigan. It shows his commitment to Parks and Recreation and this community's commitment. So this was an incredibly important day, really honoring our former mayor and his vision and dedication to quality of life for all the citizens of Livonia. Good morning. We're gonna have everyone take their seats. We can get started. It's hot out here, and I'm sure we all would love to be in air conditioning someplace, although the breeze does feel good. My name is Ted Davis. I'm the superintendent of Livonia Parks and Recreation. On behalf of the Parks and Recreation Department in the city of Livonia, I would like to welcome you to the special dedication ceremony as we honor Mayor Kirksey for his leadership and vision in making this facility a reality. At this time, I'd like to introduce our state, county, and local officials here today, starting with John Walsh, representing the Governor Snyder's office. You can hold your applause to the end. That'd be great. We can applaud for everyone. Senator Patrick Colbeck, State Representative, just joining us. Laura Cox. Our County Commissioner, Terry Marecki. Judge Sean Kavanaugh. Former City Council Member James McCann. Former City Council Member John Pastor. Former Council Member Laura Toy. Former Mayor Jack Engelbretson. Our Parks and Rec Commissioner Kathy Kevra. Parks and Rec Commissioner Paul Condon. Our Parks and Rec Commission Chair, Mark Johnson, our City Clerk, Susan Nash, our City Treasurer, Linda Scheel, City Councilman Brian Meekin, City Councilman Scott Barr, City Council Vice President Brian Kritzman, and of course, lastly, here to say a few words is our Mayor, Dennis Wright.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this historic occasion. We're here today to honor Jack Kirksey for decades and decades of commitment and service to our community. I'm sure most of you know his history. Belle Isle lifeguard, member of the United States Air Force, Livonia Court probation director, Livonia public school teacher, principal, and administrator, Michigan State representative, and mayor of the city of Livonia for 16 years. But Jack has done so much more than give his name to those titles. He provided his brains, his imagination, his influence, and his total commitment to making Livonia a great place to live. And so, this dedication of the Livonia Community Recreation Center in his name could not be more fitting. It was his vision and direction and leadership that has made this a wonderful place possible. Thank you, Jack, for leaving the legacy of your future generations. Now, from the Office of the Governor, help me welcome Director of Strategic Policy, John Walsh.
Thank you all. It is my honor to be here, and I want to point out that how one becomes a director of strategy. You see the mayor seated in the shade, you walk over and tell him how much you like him, and you sit right next to him, the best seat on the stage. Great strategy. Yeah. Well, it's my honor to be here on behalf of the governor. He personally regrets that he couldn't be here today. He knows Jack. He thinks very highly of him. And Jack, sincerely, he does ask after you on a regular basis when I'm with him. He thinks you've done a great job in the city. And really was sad that he couldn't join us.
Tell him I'm going to bring back the stapler.
You'll bring back the stapler? That's what he keeps asking about. So what I'd like to do is just read a letter that the governor has sent, and it really does give me pleasure to do so. Dear friends, it gives me great pleasure to join you in celebrating the rededication of the Livonia Community Recreation Center as it is officially named the Jack E. Kirksey Recreation Center. Although I am unable to attend, please accept my sincere congratulations on this special occasion. Mayor Kirksey was instrumental in the development of the Recreation Center and provided relentless support since its inception. It is only fitting then that he is being honored with the distinction in a community he has faithfully and capably represented. He is certainly deserving of such an honor, and I extend my sincerest congratulations to him as he receives a distinction that will forever preserve the legacy of his service to your community and our entire state. I thank everyone who contributed to this effort for their commitment and devotion to the citizens of Livonia. Please accept my best wishes for an enjoyable and memorable gathering and for continued growth and success in the years ahead. Signed, Rick Snyder, Governor. I think today was really important because it recognizes just how much went into this. This symbolizes his leadership, the mayor's ability to see a need in the community, turn that into a suggestion, take the suggestion out to the people, elected or otherwise, citizens and elected officials, and turn it into reality over a long period of time with a lot of work. So to the point about what do I remember from the beginning, it was a lot of work to get people to agree to support the millage, to tax themselves, to build something that many will use, but others won't. But there was a support across the city that he was able to engender. And then we had to start the hard work of what does it look like? How can we really get to all of our citizens, old, young, and in the middle? And as we were here doing the dedication, I watched people leave the building. And I watched people of every age and sex and shape coming out. This building is really an embodiment of the dream. It fulfills all of our city's desires and needs, and Jack was the biggest part of that.
And now we have a presentation from Senator Colbeck and Representative Laura Cox.
Good afternoon. I just want to say, Mayor, we have two, one for the building that hopefully they will proudly display, and one for you to add to your piles and piles. I'm sure Pat is like, another one? I know, I'm sorry. But we couldn't help ourselves, could we? So these are signed by the senator, myself, and the governor, which was lovely that he wrote a letter, but he already signed this tribute as well. But I just want to say a few words. Obviously, we all know all the good things that Jack has done, and we're so very lucky to have him have such an impression on this community, and it'll be such a lovely thing to do to refer to this as the Kirksey Rec Center. I just think it's just such a wonderful tribute and such a perfect thing. It brings so many people wellness and joy. The splash pad, Avery's going to be able to hang out there, and you know, it's just a wonderful tribute, and we're so happy. I'm sorry, Asher. Sorry. It was an A word, I'm sorry. I was looking at him, he's so cute. But anyways, I just want to say it's just such a lovely tribute, and I'm so glad that this decision was made, and I applaud everybody for doing this because I know how hard you work to have this. And congratulations, and thank you so much for all you've done for us and for me personally. You're such a great person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not going to hug you.
No, you can't. That's all right. All right.
But thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And I just want to put in a quick word of thanks here for Mayor Kirksey. You know, the first time that I ever met him was out on church council, and he was doing dedication. It was almost a decade ago, and a decade's starting to seem like a long time nowadays. And everybody there knew what a rock star the guy was. And his role in actually kicking off this rec center has been appreciated by so many in this community. And I appreciate the role that he's played in that, and I've appreciated it to the point of playing out when we had the sand courts out there and out inside playing some volleyball, although I've never gotten the guts to climb the wall. So we'll work on that. And I was thinking that a fitting, you know, part of the dedication ceremony would see Mayor Kirksey actually tackle that wall. What do you guys think?
You were doing well until then.
I know, you're in the Air Force, you know, you got to go elevate it. So anyway, I want to thank him and everybody else who is here to recognize his efforts. They are definitely most appreciated by all the members of the Livonia community, and I just want to thank you very much for your years of service.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Look out.
Now, you didn't think we would do this straight for Jack. After 50-plus years of introducing Jack at luncheons, at fundraisers, at inaugurations, at inaugural balls, and how many retirement parties do we have to go through? I mean, After 50 plus years between us, we've run out of material, and this is the best we can do. But how many people would get up for somebody, put on a big red nose, and stand in front of people being filmed unless you truly love the guy? He's been, we have a running thing of, my substitute father, but he has. He's helped me in everything from my elections to my professional career. He's always been there, just like he's been there for so many people out there. This is really his legacy. There's 1,000 things we can say he did for the city, but he truly deserves this because of so many things he's done for the community. But having the foresight, the ability to put together a group and to do this, we truly believe his name belongs on that wall. And hopefully in a few minutes we'll get to see it. Thank you.
Jim is absolutely right. We were speaking over the weekend trying to decide what to say, and we kept going through a long list. Oh, we said that. Oh, we said that. That was at the 4th retirement party. That was at the last tribute. So our bright minds, the best we would come up with were these noses, because we can't do something serious for you, Jack. But we are glad to be here. And this building is an embodiment of what Jack Kirksey is. Commitment, leadership, desire to get things done, an ability to bring people in together. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, you're this part of town or that part of town. He has this vision first of what would be good for the community. And he knows how to bring people in and ask them, how do we turn this vision into a reality? And he sticks with it from the beginning to the end. And then it becomes a recreation center that thousands of our families have made use of and will continue to make use of for many, many, many years to come. So I think it's an absolutely fitting tribute. My thanks to the council for bestowing this upon Jack Kirksey. It is his leadership that has done so much for our community. And it's an example at a time when we really need good leadership. It's a good day to sit here and say thanks to Jack for all that you've done. And with that, I'd like to invite Jack up because Jim and I would like to bestow upon him our own very special gift. Congratulations, Jack.
Let's get our picture together.
All right, here we go. Oh.
My little button nose is hardly.
We got you the big one like mine. We're ready for you.
Okay. And I greatly appreciate everyone coming out here. There was a lot of creative thinking when the sign was ordered, and one of the criteria in the sign was, in addition to being a large enough font to be seen, was how would it stand up under absolutely crushing temperatures. So we waited until today, and if they don't start dropping off the wall, we'll know that it's probably well worth the investment. But I am deeply honored for the occasion and to be recognized. As we know, we are part of a community that is known for their leadership, known for their commitment. Terry, for instance, was on one of the early committees, along with others that are here. They go back years, and people come, they work, they get the job done, and they do it for the city, not for themselves. We have a very large segment of our population who are chronologically seniors, and we have the leader of that group who will probably in 4 years be running for mayor. And Josie, put your hand up and just wave so they can see you. And if you want to be mayor, you better get on her best side to have that work out. I'm just absolutely delighted to have my family here. They've come from Utah. They've come from all over to be here with us today, and I'm wondering, Patricia, if you will come up on the stage and stand next to me. It makes me look tall. So,
Does he look tall? I was gonna bring a box up with me.
anyhow, as you know, she is not only the brains of the outfit, but she's the one that makes it work. And the kids, in addition to the sibling to mother kind of love that you would expect, she is the go-to gal, and they choose very wisely to do that. And little Asher that's here now checking out the spelling on his sign, see if it's correct. He thinks that Pat is and his mother are two of the very best people that are around. Grandmother.
Yeah, his mother and then grandmother.
Okay, you look so young. But good part of it. I also want to give special thanks to Ken and Judy Hale. If they would like to stand, and they're over there, and wave to the audience. They have not only been extremely generous and very highly participating in the city for many, many years, but they also, a number of people can take just credit for putting the sign that's up today. It is actually, you would be amazed at how much something like that costs. But the Hales were not only a major contributor to that, but it happens, and no one ever has to even look their way. You know that they want to do the very best that they can for the city. Chuck Dardis is here. Chuck, put your hand up. I'm not going to be able to get to everybody, but Chuck is with Alpha USA, who also is a major contributor. But Chuck Dardis, who has sort of a secret identity, he actually lives out in Rochester Hills. And so a few of us know his address, so for the proper amount of cash, we'll divulge that. But Chuck, for a guy that doesn't live in town, is very, very active, especially in the senior center. Gets out, gets the grill started, does chicken for them, and all of the things that go with it. And then we have, obviously, the department heads that make this city work. Dennis is an outstanding mayor and will serve the city extremely well. And he's blessed with the inheritance that he receives when he starts that term, because we have some of the finest and the greatest department heads that you could ever imagine. So there's about something like 22 specialties that have to be attended to. Some of them wear uniforms, some don't, but they all do a very outstanding job. And then we would also want to mention the senior Judge McCann. James, wave your hand over there if you would. Jim foreclosed on all of the people that were living here and made this land possible. Jim's mark on the city is indelible. One of the first to say, when we start to do some master planning, we should start to look at 70-foot lots. The others are great, but if you really want to attract people to move in, let's do that. So I'm going to ask now if the members of my family would stand, and let's give them a round of applause and recognize them. And Matt and Jenny got in there, and Jay and Carrie got in last night, and all of the people at the various adult drink establishments. We're happy to see them, because I don't actually get a pension from the city. I don't know how that worked out, but I missed it somehow. And but just the returns on the bottles, so will keep things moving for a great while. We've had some great mayors that have preceded me before. Don't want to let anyone out, but Jack Ingebretson is here. I don't know if any others that are available. But in the crowd there's some 160 people that are on various commissions. And some of them have been on those commissions for 15, 20 years. And they're always there to help and do whatever they can to make things work. So we greatly appreciate all the commissions. There's the major ones, the Planning Commission and Traffic Commission and so on. But you have 22 separate commissions, all that have a special designation that makes our city well. So Ron Rinke is in the back. Right, there he is. Ron, if you got here early, you could be in the shade. So Ron was the guy that got all of this started, and not only started it, there were other people that preceded him, but he had a tremendous vision. He worked hard to make it happen, and he involved a lot of different people. One thing that we did, I worked with Ron, is that we got about 60 people to come and help sort of a mass focus group kind of thing to say, if money was not an object, remember that, what would you want the rec center to look like? And what would you want in it? And what would the scope of it be? Would it attend to all age groups and so forth? And then the second question after they did that was, there were about 60 people involved in that. We said, now, when we add all that up, it comes to about $60 million, and about all we're ever going to be able to realistically raise is about half of that. So then that same group had to go and reorder the priorities, and that's how we came to what we have here today. So just wanted to offer these thoughts. Thank you for being here. I knew that I should have taken off the long underwear in March, and I regret that I didn't do it. But on a serious note, it's absolutely fantastic to have you here and to take part in this ceremony today. And I thank all the people who worked very hard to make today happen. So thank you much. And let's also give a special round of applause for a very terrific person.
I think when we talk about what makes a community, I think people don't realize the importance of Parks and Recreation until it's gone. And we're so lucky here with all the parks and obviously the jewel of the Recreation Center now being named after our former mayor, Jackie Kirksey. You know, this is a gathering place. This is where people come and, you know, make new friends or see old ones, take a new class, learn something different, get healthy. Their kids learn how to swim, and that's really, again, a testament to the leaders of Livonia who place such an importance on Parks and Recreation, that this is a gathering place. This is a community center. This is the center of the community, and we're very proud of that here, and we're very proud that it's taken on the name of our former mayor, Jackie Kirksey.
There was always a feeling that the city was really doing pretty well. We had 3 swimming pools. We're a city of about 95,000 people. So 3 outdoor pools, plus all the indoor recreation stuff, 3 18-hole golf courses. So the word recreation and all it means early on was a very important part of the mission of this community. And different leaders before I became the mayor supported that and moved it forward, and I just really did what I could while I was there to make it keep on happening. I never ever expected that anything I did would end up with this kind of recognition. I mean, it was just stuff that was there that needed to be done, working with great people and a lot of support to make it happen. So when people turn around and say, now we want to thank you for it, it's impossible really to adequately express myself for all those who really worked to make it happen. I may have been part of that group, but it was not one person that could do it. It was a lot of people.